Today in Draw My Life, Megan is missing. Although it was released in 2011, 9 years later, it has gone viral thanks to social media. We're talking about the movie Megan is Missing, written, directed, produced, and edited by Michael Goy. It's a film that falls into the psychological horror genre that tells the story of a girl named Megan who disappears after meeting a guy she had been talking to online. The sinister thing about this film isn't about its plot, but the extreme and graphic violence it possesses. It all started on January 2nd, 2007. Megan Stewart is a teenage high school student who is quite popular among her classmates. On one hand, she is known for her good grades and is quite well liked by the rest. But on the other hand, she lives a secret life in which she suffers from physical abuse and drug addiction. In a video call, it's discovered that her relationship with her mother isn't the best. Her best friend Amy isn't fully welcomed in class, and the two have formed a friendship because each possesses what the other needs. Soon, it'll be Amy's 14th birthday, and to celebrate, Megan invites her to a rave party. They both attend, and Megan defends Amy when a group of shallow people starts making fun of her. Later, Amy is intoxicated and physically assaulted by one of the guys at the party. Megan apologizes for the bad experience and reveals her life story to Amy in a video. She tells her that she doesn't know her biological father and her stepfather is in prison for molesting her, and that her mother holds her responsible for calling the police. Then, through an online mutual friend, Megan meets Josh, a 17-year-old skateboarder. The two begin an online conversation, and Josh tells her that his younger brother broke his camera so she can see his face. Megan continues talking to Josh about school, and he tells her that he usually skateboards behind a restaurant Megan knows. Josh then asks her if she'll attend to a party to which he has also been invited. At the last minute, she decides to go. But after waiting for hours, Josh doesn't show up at the party. That really annoyed her, so she told Amy about it. Josh texts Megan, and she confronts him about not going. He stood up for himself and told her that he was indeed at the party, describing what she was wearing. He then explained that he didn't approach her because he was a bit intimidated by her popularity. That evening, after going to the movies with Amy, Megan introduces Amy to Josh. When the call ends, Amy returns home and Megan agrees to meet Josh that night behind the restaurant. The next day, Megan didn't show up for class, and Amy couldn't reach her to see how her date with Josh went. Megan's other friends told Amy that they didn't speak with her. Finally, Amy gets through to Josh on a video call without seeing the guy's face and asks him about Megan. He told her that he was going to ask her the same thing because Megan didn't show up at the place they had planned to meet. Before he finishes, Josh tells Amy that he'll let her know if he finds out or knows anything about Megan. A news report is published about Megan's disappearance. It features her concerned mother wishing for her daughter's safe return. Other Megan's friends also spoke up, talking about how Megan is well liked by others and scores excellent grades. The report ends with a brief account of another missing 13-year-old boy. Amy worries about Megan. She doesn't believe she ran away from home as some say, but that she is alive but in danger. In the latest news report, footage from the restaurant security camera exposed Megan being abducted. In the video, Megan walks alone. Suddenly, a man approached her, grabbed her by the wrist, and took her away. Although the video is in a loop, we don't get a good look at the man's face to identify him. What Amy did notice is that the man looked different from the photo that Megan had shown her. Amy and Josh talked again online, but Amy is a little bit uncomfortable with him. She asked him if that's him on the security camera video, but he denies it. Josh then asks Amy about her friendship with Megan and gets surprised about it. Josh's insensitive comment annoys Amy and convinces her that he knows where her friend is. Amy asks him what has he done with her, and Josh only replies, nothing he hasn't done with other girls before. Frightened, Amy goes to the police and tells them the story of Josh, the boy Megan has met online. On February 1st, 2007, Josh contacted Amy again to discuss her going to the police. He warns her that it isn't enough to tell the police his username, as he can change it at any given time, and that if she doesn't keep quiet, he'll have to visit her or her mother. The girl is terrified by Josh's threats and turns off her camera. The film then jumps into time to March 4th, when an internet forum publishes some photographs of Megan. The photos are graphic and disturbing. Amy goes to a bridge where she records a video talking about Megan's rescue attempts. She expresses that the volunteers for the search have come down and that people aren't so sure anymore if she's still alive, Amy included. Suddenly, a hand appears in the camera shot heading towards Amy to take her away. In the news report, Megan's disappearance is joined with Amy's. The police investigate all possibilities of the double disappearance, including that the girls ran away together. The film then shows a report not broadcasted on television. On March 12, police find Amy's camera in a dumpster. The police investigate its contents. The camera reveals Amy's abduction and the torture she went through while imprisoned. Finally, a video shows Josh asking Amy if she wanted to go home, but then the man locks her in a barrel along with Megan's body, takes it into the woods, and buries it, still with Amy alive. This film is made in the format of found footage, in which the story is told through the camera of one or more characters as if it were discovered footage. Another film that uses this format is the Blair Witch Project. In this case, the film has been criticized for the violence it shows as a not censored film, and it has also been criticized for the objectification of the main characters, who are two 14-year-old girls. It caused so much controversy that at the time of its release, New Zealand banned its screening. But why has it gone viral? Due to a trend of TikTok where users decide to watch a movie, record their reactions, and then post them on the platform. It has happened before with other films, and now it's happening with Megan is Missing. Many of the videos that have been made warn the public not to watch it, describe it as traumatizing, and others say they can't even finish it. The hashtag with the title of the movie today has more than 300 million views. In fact, the film's director himself has noticed the trend and made a video on the platform about it. In the video, Michael Goy explains that since the film has gone viral on TikTok, he must give the warnings he gave to people before watching the film. First, don't watch the movie in the middle of the night. Don't watch it if you're alone. And when the words "photo number 1" appear on the screen, you have about 4 seconds to exit the movie if you're already feeling uncomfortable. The focus of the film has never been about the violence it contains. Rather, the focus is on the danger involved in talking to strangers online and then meeting them in real life without having met them in person before. Although the film claims to be based on true events, the story is fiction, but it's based on the case of a girl who was kidnapped and murdered in 1993. Goy's aim with this film was to raise public awareness, especially among young people, about their safety on the internet. Megan is Missing is not just any movie. If you plan to watch it, keep in mind the warnings of its director. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. See you next time!